Hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the world. Now today I want to share a card with very simple techniques. We're just going to use some ink, some stamps and some card and a few embellishments to just finish everything off with. So I'm going to start with my card. So I've got just an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of white card scored in the middle, and then I have another piece of white card that is just slightly smaller, about 1/4 of an inch smaller, so I've got an 1/8 margin all the way round. So I'm going to start by putting in some decorative score lines. So I'm gonna, and where I start is sort of just purely random. So I think I'm going to start at 5/8 and I'm just going to do a score line. And then this board has got score lines every 1/8 of an inch. So it does make it easy to put some quite close tram lines. Maybe you can just see them like there. And then I'm just going to turn it round 90 degrees and start at the same point, so 5/8. So once you've decided on where to start and how frequent your lines are going to be, then you need to make sure you just do that on the other side. So there's my lovely piece of scored card. Oops. Now I've got I got some my nice dark ink, and I've got this nice stamp. This is a just a lazy leaf. I like to call it a lazy leaf stamp because it's sort of nice and flowing, and with a dark ink. And I want to have it going so that it doesn't cross over my nice scored lines. So I'm going to kind of start here, and again I'm just putting it down. There's no special place, and then I want the other one to sort of come from there. But if you see, there's a leaf that's going to cross over and it'll look a bit mucky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cleaning the excess ink off. And then with a bit of sticky tape, I'm going to put that over the leaf I don't want to have ink on. So basically I'm masking it. So we can do that. Just press it down firmly. Now I can re-ink this stamp. Would help if it was on a level surface, so I can re-ink this stamp, and before I stick it on my paper, I'm going to take that bit of sticky tape off and put it somewhere safe, so I don't get covered in ink myself. And then I am just going to position it sort of like this, I think. Yep. Now, I know I've got a little bit of an image there, but I don't think it's going to worry too much. Now, I'm going to be putting my greeting over there, so the fact that they don't sort of come together is no odds. So that's my starting point there. And now I'm going to do a greeting, and I have this stamp set, and I love this Just a Little Thank You. So I'm going to pull that out. I think that's the one. Yep, Just a Little Thank You. And we'll pop that on a block. And when I when I'm using these photopolymer stamp sets, I always lay the stamp down flat and then put my block on it, and that way I know that it's not going to be twisted out of you know, shape. So this is the first time I've used this stamp, so I just want to make sure that it's stamping well, and it is, on a piece of scratch paper. So we're going to get another piece of paper here, and I'm just going to stamp this on a bit of white card, like that. And that's my greeting. So you can use a trimmer. In fact, what we could do is use a trimmer. Let's get that out. And I don't want it ever so wide, so I'm just going to trim let's just keep our fingers crossed that that was a good one. Oh, yeah, that's not bad. And then we just take the side pieces down. A little, that's it. And then there, we've got that piece. And if I measure that, that is 5/8. So if I get a piece of darker card, and I want to measure this to be slightly larger than 5/8. So let me see. That is going to be about there, I think, because there's the inch. So I think I'm about right. Let's see how it went. Okay. Such a tiny piece. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. No, not as good as I hoped it would be. So I don't think I had it in straight, to be honest with you. So let's try again. What is it they say? Measure twice, cut once. I am going to trim a piece off of this because I don't think it's straight. There. So it doesn't matter. It's such a tiny weeny piece of card. I'm not gonna stress over it. But it does need a little bit of, there we go, help. Let's see how we're doing there. Oh, that's not so bad. Right. So let's clear the decks again. And get this, I'm going to stick this piece on first. Just going to use a little bit of water-based adhesive. Must be a few days since I've used this one. It's not going to come out, but I have got some of this. I have another bottle. I'll have to just pop a pin down the tube there, and so I'm just going to position this with a margin that I'm happy with, and then I can just trim. And if you've got long enough blade on your scissors, if you could just line it up the whole length instead of chop, 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 then you'll get a better finish. There we go. And I quite like that. Right, so that is our pieces all coming together. Let's clear the decks. All right, where's all my bits gone? There it is. So we've got that, and that's going to go like that. So I think I'm going to pop these up on some double-sided spongy bits, sticky bits. like this. I'm going to use the side bits because, you know, the side bits work as well as the middle bits. When I used to do my classes, my card crafting classes, I used to empty out the trash cans at the end of the class when everybody had gone, and I'd look and I'd find sheets of these with all the edges on. I used to pick those up and use them again for myself. There we go. And put that down like that, and I just need a little bit more, just a piece to go in the middle. There we go. Get that all just lined up. And we'll put some on the back of here. And it's a bit too long, Cindy. You need to take a bit of that length off. And lay that there. And then, as I said, I've got some cute little, they're bees. They're just delightful little bees. And I think that with the brown ink, they come up quite nicely. Now then, I'll pop one there. Now, if you see, that glue dot is really too big for the little bee, so I am just going to smoosh it round like that, and then it fits nicely. So maybe I'll put another bee on and do it slightly. Now I know it's too big, I'm just going to flick my glue dot up like that and make it small, and then pop the little bee on there. And we can have that going down there. And I guess for my last little flourish inside, I'm just going to stamp my 2U, well, a little leaf. This is where I'm going to write my 2U love from me on it. Like that. Make sure it's the right way around. There. And I can pop that there just to give it a little bit of presence, and then I can do the same with my envelope. Like that, and there I've got a nice little card, simply using inks and some paper and a stamp set. Perfect and ready to go out. Okay, well, I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, you can go ahead, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you once again for choosing to spend some time with me while we work with just some simple supplies to make a really effective card. And I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye for now.